15 years is a long time to be without releasing music. Was there any point in those 15 years where you thought you wouldn't be here today?
Oh, absolutely. I had, problems with my voice for several years since my last tour, which was Up from the Up album. That was my last studio album. I got Lyme's disease on that tour, right at the very end of that tour, and I started losing my voice, and I didn't associate the two together. Lyme's disease is not typically something that attacks your voice. It normally attacks your major organs. I mean, it's a terrible disease. It's debilitating and can be fatal. So I'm not. I feel unfortunate as a vocalist that it attacked my vocal cords. But I feel grateful that it didn't attack my liver or, my heart or something like that. So you have to see the positive side of everything. But it's been a long road back to recovery and back to rehabilitating my voice. And so I was, now, this is why I'm calling the album. That's so much a part of, there's a lot of reasons why the album is called Now, but who I am now is definitely not who I was in many ways 15 years ago. And vocally is one of those things. I've changed so much. I'm still myself, but I've changed. And that is a lyric on my album, in fact. But I had to go through a lot of rehabilitation to be able to record this album and to be able to get on stage and sing. So it's quite a miracle that I've come this far with all of it. But so the main reason why I've been away so long as far as having a full-on recording career is because of my voice.
And when music has given you so much, to have not the music taken away, but the voice, the tool, the instrument that you use taken away, it's such a cruel thing to happen.
I mean, the irony of it is crazy, and I don't know what, I'm not really still sure what the lesson was in that, but I have learned a lot through recovering my voice, and I'm so appreciative and grateful. This album for me is a gift. To listen back to myself, I've never enjoyed listening to myself sing as much ever in my life as I do now. In fact, I never listen to my own music normally, but I do enjoy listening to this record just for the sheer pleasure of, dwelling in this satisfaction that I was able to make the album. It's been great. I mean, even making my demos was great. Sitting in front of my microphone and my Pro Tools with my guitar and just writing these songs and listening to my voice was a pleasure. Because for a long, long time, it was probably a good 7 years before I even started to begin to get this, to the bottom of what was going on with my voice and how to rehabilitate it. So, and I couldn't bear to listen to myself sing. It was an intermittent problem, which was also very, a big mystery, because sometimes it would be there for a minute and then it would be gone again, and I just didn't understand the inconsistency and why one minute I'd have control and the next minute I wouldn't. So I was able to do a few vocal projects in that time during this last 15 years, but it had to be a very controlled environment. And they turned out really well, capturing that a good moment in my voice, but there's no way that I could have, restarted up my career again with that inconsistency in my voice. Opening up my mouth and not knowing what sound was going to come out.
It's terrifying.
It was terrifying. I grieved all of those years, really believing that I'd lost my ability to